Hi guys, this is Mrs. Barrow and I am recording this video for our first day of virtual work that is not included with the packet. So we had 2 weeks of virtual work that was the packet, and today I'm going to be reviewing this sheet that you have in your packet, or you might have one that looks very similar with smaller grid lines. I'll be reviewing both of those. And I will be leaving one of the questions blank. So you'll be able to check your answers and then double check your work. And I will be asking for you to comment with the grid points for a couple of the items so that I can get your credit and your attendance for working today. Just in case you are watching these videos out of order, today is Monday, April 20th. Okay, so this is your math assignment for Miss Barrow and Miss Coffey's class from Monday, April 20th. Okay, so like I said, I will be reviewing this one that goes by ones, and I will be reviewing this one that goes by tens. If you felt like you did well and you have this paper instead of the first one, you can fast forward and go to the part that's about your graph and check your answers and get your assignment later in this video. If not, or you would like to just review just in case, I will go ahead and get started. So when we talk about coordinate graphs, the first thing that we need to remember is that we work with x's and y's. This graph was really nice in that it told you that this left to right line was x, and you can see that little x down there. Okay, so when we go left to right or horizontal, we are looking at the x. When we go up and down or vertical, that is our y-axis. Okay, so I drew on the back just to kind of show you. You might be used to seeing it like this. Left to right is x, up and down is y. And when we write the points that we find, we write them in parentheses, x first and then y. And a way that I like to remember it is that x comes before y in the alphabet. So if you say the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, so they come in that same order in the alphabet. Easy way to remember it. Okay. Also, to help you kind of give you that help to remember how to write it, they told you on your answer sheet that you should be writing these coordinates as parentheses x, comma, y, close parentheses. Okay, so each one of our answers is going to look like this. It's going to be a parentheses, a number, comma, number, close parentheses. And that comma is in there just to help separate, so that if you had an x of 1 and a y of 0, it wouldn't look like 1, 0, which would be 10. It would be 1, comma 0, which would show you the different axes, what we're looking for, okay? So when we are looking on our graph, we are going to start with x first, then our y. So our first question tells us that we are looking for the coordinates for the telescope. Okay, so first I'm going to find the telescope, and then I'm going to look for the x. So my telescope is here, and I'm going to look for the x-axis, which goes left to right. And I'm going to see how far over on the x-axis my telescope is. And if I look, it's right above the 9. So when I write that, I'm going to say parentheses 9. And that's all I have for the x-axis. So I'm going to put a comma, and then I'm going to find my y-axis. So y-axis goes up and down, and it looks like it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my y is 4, and then I'm going to write close parentheses. Okay, so you should have gotten 9, comma 4 as your coordinate for the telescope. Now let's move to the pirate ship. So I'm going to look for the pirate ship. It looks like it's way over here. Okay, so I'm going to look for the x, which is left to right. And my pirate ship goes over right 1. So I'm going to write parentheses 1, comma, And then I'm going to look for the y by going up 9. Close parentheses. Now I'm going to look for the gold coins. Looks like they are right here. So I'm going to start with my x. I go right 6, parentheses 6, comma, and then I'm going to find my y. So if I went over 6 and then up 1, my y will be 1, close parentheses. Now I'm going to look for pearls. So it looks like my pearls are over here. I'm going to start with my x, went over to the right 4, and up 8. So my coordinate is parentheses 4, comma 8, close parentheses. My next one is a compass. Try to get this all on the screen. So my compass is over here. So I'm going to start with my x, which goes left to right. I'm going to go right 6, up 5. Okay, so parentheses 6, comma 5, close parentheses. And go to this other side. I have a shovel. So it looks like the shovel is right here. So I'm going to start with my x of, let's see, go to the right. 7 is my x, and then it goes up 1, 2, 3. 3 is my y. So comma or parentheses 7, comma 3, close parentheses. I'm looking for the diamond, which is right here. So I'm going to go to the right 3 and up 2. So it's parentheses 3, comma 2, close parentheses. The last one that I am going to do with you is the treasure chest, which is over here. And I'm going to look for the x by going to the right 8 and going up 7. So parentheses 8, comma 7, close parentheses. For your assignment for today, in order to get credit, you are going to post in the comments or email me. Even if you're in Miss Coffee's class, you are still going to email me or post the coordinates for the palm trees and the barrel of treasure. Okay? So this is the first worksheet that goes by ones. Just so that I know which worksheet you have, we are going to label these A1 and A2. So when you post your answer, I would like you to say A1, give me your coordinate pair, and A2, give me your coordinate pair. And that is all that you will need to do. Okay? Let's move on to the one that goes by tens. If that was your worksheet, you can go ahead and get logged off and get your answers put in so that you can get your credit. And if you had this one that goes by tens, we will go ahead and start reviewing. Okay, so this one you can see instead of going by ones, it actually goes by fives. So each line indicates 5 on the x and 5 on the y. Okay, but we do have numbers every 10. So for that reason, we are going to have different answers than the first packet. That is okay. We will review these first few together, and then I will give you your assignment for the day. Okay? So the first one, we are looking for the telescope. We are going to do it the same way by starting with the x and then finding the y and writing it down as parentheses, comma, parentheses. Okay? So we start with our x. So I am going to go over, and it looks like I am right in between the 90 and the 100. Okay, if I split that in half, I would be at 95. So my x is 95. So I'm going to write parentheses 95, comma, and then I'm going to count how many I go up. So on my y, it looks like I'm right between 40 and 50, which is 45. So my y is going to be 45 and then close parentheses. Let's go to the pirate ship. Okay, so looks like it's over here. Start with my x by going to the right, and I'm actually going to line this up just to make it easier for myself, and if you want to do that at home too, you can. You just use a piece of paper or anything you have to kind of block off those lines. So I can see that it goes straight down, and if we said we counted by 5, 5, 10, 15. Okay, so my x will be 15, comma, and then it looks like it's right between 90 and 100, which is 95. So my y is 95. Okay. We're going to look at the gold coins now. So let's find our gold coins. In this one, when we go to the right, it looks like it's right above the 60. So that one's a little easier for us. We're going to write parentheses 60, comma, and then how much did I go up? Only 5. So my y is 5. Okay. Moving on to the pearls. I'm going to start with my x, which is to the right. And it goes over 25. So it's 1 past the 20, which if we count by 5s would be 25. So my x is 25, comma, parentheses 25, comma, and then I'm going to see how much it goes up, which is at the 70. So my y is 70, parentheses. The next one is the compass. So I'm going to look at my x. Looks like it goes right at the 40. So parentheses 40, comma, and then it goes up. It's right between the 50 and 60, which is 55. So 40, comma, 55, close parentheses. Okay. My next one is the shovel, which is over here. So I start with my x, which is left to right. So I go right in between the 70 and 80, which is 75, 70, 75. So I'm going to write parentheses 75, comma, and then look how much I go up. I'm actually, since it's so far away, I want to make sure I line this up perfectly. And it's right at the 30. So my y is 30. Okay, let's look at our diamond. The diamond is over here. So we look at our x first, and it's at the 30. And it goes up 20. So my x is 30 and my y is 20. Treasure chest is our last one. All right, so I'm going to line this